Hello, delegators. Welcome to another live stream with Titan Node, the #1 place to delegate your stake. Today, we're going to be talking about the price action of Livepeer. There is a lot of price action happening in the Livepeer community right now, and I just wanted to cover that in this live stream. So we're going to go through kind of what was happening the last couple hours here, but also some information that I have that I may be able to share that could maybe explain what this price action is coming from. So we're just going to kind of wing it and see what happens as it happens live. And I'll be sharing my screen. Go ahead and ask some questions if you have any, throw them in the comments. But let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to share my screen here. And what we have is the price of Livepeer. I'm going to put me down in the bottom right just a little bit. The price of Livepeer has been going pretty parabolic since about 10 a.m. I'm in New Zealand right now, so for the last about 2 hours, we've hit $22 right up to about 34, and then back down to about 29. There seems to be a lot of action coming in. If we head over to Binance, we can see that we actually wicked right up to $35, $35.50. There's quite a bit of resistance and a lot of volume happening on Binance right now. So not sure if this is like news that's causing this, or if it's just the crypto ecosystem on how it usually does these kinds of things. It could be a lot of reasons. But what I'm going to do today is kind of share with you from an orchestrator's perspective what I think might be the reason for the price action. There are a lot of people that guess that it's news, but I'm going to go into the metrics on the back end of Livepeer on some adoption that Livepeer has been getting and some news. So some of the things that, if you're new to Livepeer, welcome. Livepeer is the token used to secure the live streaming network that is Livepeer, right? So Livepeer is all about decentralized streaming services, right? Taking that Amazon and Google conglomerate and breaking them into small individual decentralized streaming. It's 10x cheaper, censorship resistant, and full Web3 integrated, right? So it is fully decentralized into the protocol. So a couple things I wanted to jump into real quick on this live stream was, I'm just going to hop on Discord as well. If you have questions, you can hop it on Discord and ask. So the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to metrics, somebody asked in Discord, is Livepeer currently being used, or is it just currently a speculative token? And the answer is Livepeer is being used right now. We have 100 active orchestrators who are all transcoding. Maybe not all of them are. Some of them are just institutions that have whale bags and they're not actually doing the transcoding work. So there is some limitation to total amount of people transcoding. But as you can see here on this is the Livepeer Explorer, and it shows you like the fee volumes and the amount of transcoding minutes that have been doing in the last 7 days. Each one of these bars is 7 days. And as you can see, it's been a pretty steady uprise. You can see that there was this fallback here kind of in the summer, right in August and July. It fell back quite a bit. And I had a lot of people asking me, delegators asking me, what was the reason for the pullback? And one of the developers of the Livepeer protocol had mentioned that the pullback was likely because of the integration kind of curve that apps use to test out new backend infrastructure. So like if you want to use a new app, or new infrastructure for your app, you need to slowly test the waters and make sure that the infrastructure works well. Otherwise, imagine if Facebook all of a sudden decided to switch its entire backend server for live streaming on one day, and then that server crashed. What do? Do you revert back to the old server? Do you just try and patch it as you go with unhappy customers? So the adoption curve of these kind of technologies tend to be in this curve where you try it out for a couple months with like 2 or 3% of your streamer base. You untest it, comes back again, right? So as you can see, actually last week, Yeah, about last week, we hit our all-time highs for fees and transcoded minutes, right? And what we're seeing now is like this like kind of curve that's starting to keep pushing up every time. Our fee volumes are actually increasing. And this, I mean, it depends whether you think LPT or cryptos are based on their revenue. They could be based on their revenue, kind of like a PE ratio with a traditional stock. But I mean, at this point, I don't think the revenue is going to be the driving cause of um, these type of protocols. It is probably going to be more speculation. So news of a big app using Livepeer, probably what we're going to be looking for today. So I just want to cover like the fee volumes. I don't think that's the reason for the price action today, but it's definitely worth keeping in mind for next time you're going to be looking at Livepeer. So other people are saying it's Elon Musk tweeting it. We will check that in a sec. I also wanted to check out the Web3 index. Web3 is still Livepeer is still number 2 for the Web3 index when it comes to total amount of revenue for the ecosystem. So each Web3 protocol has its own ranking on how much money it makes. Livepeer is number 2, which is pretty impressive. It's below Aweave, but above Filecoin and the Graph and Helium, which is really interesting because if we look at the market cap of Livepeer in general, I'm just going to refresh this page. Like the market cap of Livepeer is $627 million after the pump today, right? So like this is a pretty small crypto. We're number 123 on CoinMarketCap right now. So we're not even on the top 100 list, which is usually people never scroll to the second page. And even if you do scroll to the second page, chances are you're not reading through every protocol, every white paper. Normally you're just wondering what the hell these protocols are that are on the 100 to 200 list. And then you can go deep in the weeds when people get kind of crazy and end up in the 900 rank cryptocurrency that they're just trying to absolute moonshot, right? So Livepeer is one of those ones where like it actually has a use case, it actually has revenue, it is live, and there's adoption, right? There's being used by companies. It's on Binance. So the other reason I can't figure out the price action too, like this $35 spike, it can't be from a new exchange listing because that all came back, like it got listed on most of the exchanges earlier this year, right? So like, just to give you an idea of how this went this whole year, I've been in the ecosystem this whole year as an orchestrator. And so this little blip here from $1.90 up to $4, that was the Grayscale announcement. That was when Grayscale announced that they were going to be building they built a trust for Livepeer. So they didn't announce that they opened a product for it yet, but if you go to the Delaware corporate search, you can look up what trusts Grayscale has built. And a trust just means that there's a legal entity. It doesn't mean there's actually a product or that they're actually going to invest. It's just an indication that they might be interested in investing, right? So it's just a legal entity. And this little blip right here was when Grayscale announced that they didn't even announce it. It just spread that Grayscale had built a trust Livepeer, right? Then time went on. And this large jump up here, this was about $5, $6, right up to about 29, which is where we are today. So if you can imagine that rise, that was when Grayscale announced that they had announced the fund for the Grayscale company that you can now invest in Livepeer using Grayscale's vehicle, right? So, you know, this run up today is roughly the same. It's actually bigger than when it's not quite as big as when Grayscale announced that they had a product for investing in Livepeer. So not quite there yet, although a lot of people in Discord and a lot of people are saying that, you know, we're going to hit $40, $50 LPT today, in which case it would be the biggest run up. So would be interesting to see what the actual news is. We're going to get into that though. Couple questions on YouTube here. If Livepeer can be used for streaming, how to use it? Can you do it with something like OBS on a website who is not YouTube or Twitch, for example? Yes. In fact, funny you ask. The way I'm using doing this live stream, because I'm a Livepeer orchestrator, I'm using OBS on my computer to live stream into the Livepeer APIs. So it can go through my computer, through OBS, and then into Livepeer's ecosystem, in which case then it's decentralized, right? Because when you go from OBS directly into YouTube, there's no decentralization there. You're just going straight from your computer to the conglomerate, right? And then they own that stream and are transcoding there and using their CDNs to push it to the rest of the world. The way I'm doing it here is OBS is sending it through Livepeer. It gets transcoded. It uses the AI image recognition software that was just released like about a week and a half ago. That might be the other reason too, is Livepeer can do AI image recognition now. That was the latest upgrade to 5.21 not that long ago. So it can do image recognition while you're live streaming, so it can detect things. And then what happens is then that gets multi-streamed out to any channel I want, right? Whether it's YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, any of these platforms, right? So yeah, you just go to livepeer.com, click dashboard, and you can multi-stream to any platform you want, right? But that's just on an individual basis. On like on a enterprise level, obviously they're using like their own integrated APIs directly into the app, right? So like as an individual, you can use the livepeer.com infrastructure, but like Livepeer is more for like the Web3 movement where you need Web3 service. So yeah, you can use Livepeer. I'm currently using it. The other thing is, next question was, do you think it will peak again? Probably. Yeah, back to price. Let's just jump right into price again real quick here. So then we hit, so Grayscale announced that they had a trust for Livepeer, and boom, we hit about 39 on here. If we look at Binance, which by the way, since Binance didn't list this until the summer, right? That was the other reason for a lot of this price action in here. Binance didn't launch Livepeer until about May 24th. So until May 24th, right here, just after the big pullback in spring this year, this was all exchanges listing Livepeer. I think Kraken listed it, Coinbase listed it, Binance listed it. It was already on Gate. It was already on a bunch of these other platforms. So I don't think today's pump is from the exchange listing itself. So yeah, so it kind of pulled back. Obviously, almost every crypto pulled back. Livepeer did quite well. If you were to buy Livepeer back in January, you'd still be up about 11x at the very low point during the summer this year. You can't say that about many cryptos. A lot of the shitcoins this year really fell through the floor. I bought some, little guilty. Full disclaimer, by the way, I am a Livepeer orchestrator. You can delegate to the Titan node orchestrator, but you would have done really well if you bought Livepeer back then and are still holding some bags. So yeah, and it's still a micro cap. I mean, we're only at 600. What are we at? 620 million and number 120 on coin market cap. So yeah, it's done really well. And then Livepeer has just been slowly growing, I think, because of adoption. And then as of this last one day, 24 hours, we're seeing this massive spike right up to $34. And it's got a lot of resistance. We're actually sitting at $29 pretty steadily. So yeah, really, really interesting. Let's hop into what I think might be the reason for the push up in price. So Web3 index. Livepeer is number 2 on the list for revenue. Might be the reason for it, not quite sure. Let's look at the unbonding schedule. Okay, so Livepeer has an unbonding schedule, meaning you have 7 days to unbond your Livepeer, right? So it's locked up, right? Some other protocols are like 30 days. Some don't have any locking period or bonding period. Livepeer has a 7-day bonding. So when you want to take your tokens out, you got to unbond. Funny enough, bring up the chart here. This is the unbonding schedule from July 1st till now, right? And, oh, is that today? Make sure that this is over the 18th today. Cool. As you can see, some of the largest unbondings here, 310,000 LP, like a whale unbonded in one go, was back in July 6th, right? You can see some other ones here of people unbonding, you know, 48,000 here, that's a whale, you know, 72,000, that's a whale. You know, these people got over $1 million US invested in crypto or in Livepeer specifically, right? And then, you know, you got some not much going on here. Definitely have another whale here on September 17th that unbonded. And then it kind of went dead. I mean, there's not much unbonding happening. Here on October, some unbonding. I actually think I know what caused these unbondings. It was somebody who's trying to switch an orchestrator and didn't know you could do it without unbonding. Unbonded and then days later rebonded to a different orchestrator. So it could also be affecting this chart. But what we have here is on the 16th, 50,000 unstaked. Okay, 50,000 unstaked. And then 2 days of absolute silence, right? 24 LPT staked on the 17th, 300 unstaked the 18th, right? So either this whale knows something and is like planning to pump something, but got the dates wrong because they're still technically bonded, or this is just people holding. This is people in Livepeer holding. The scarcity of Livepeer is being squeezed because people are not unbonding. And I think the reason is because the revenue has increased. Because the revenue has increased, more fees get distributed to delegators, which means they get a higher return. Which means they don't want to let go of their coins. Because unlike Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, all these like just meme, you know, NFTs, at the end of the day, you're only going to make money if someone wants to buy something like off you for more than what you paid. Whereas this, you're actually earning not just inflationary random tokens, but you're earning ETH, right? So you're earning like a really stable cryptocurrency for holding it from companies that want to pay for the services, right? So if you're going to hold a coin, Livepeer is a great one because you're actually earning revenue from actual real life customers, not just inflationary token metrics. So the unbonding in the last 2 days has been nil. Well, near nil. 300 is so little. I wouldn't call that very much unbonding. So very interesting to see very little unbonding happening right in the last 2 days. 50,000, is that considered a whale? Yeah, I would say so. That's over $1 million US, but and then up to that point there was nothing. If we even go back further, you know, during previous price drops, we go way back, just to give you some context, like the amount of like that was that, you know, look at some of these unbondings, right? Like this was that last whale one we looked at, 300. Like what is going, like 895,000 in March of 2008. So there's some whales that were unbonding, and Livepeer, no unbonding happening. So it doesn't surprise me that when this thing wicks up to 35, there's no sell pressure. There's no ability for a lot of the people that are staking to quickly turn around and sell out. So might be another reason for the increase. Just have more buying pressure and people just can't liquidate immediately. Okay. Another question in chat here. Let's hop into those. So have you communicated between your computer / Livepeer and Livepeer / YouTube server? So you have it communicated. Yes, that's right. So there's an intermediary between my computer and Livepeer. my computer and YouTube. There's a decentralized protocol. So if YouTube decided they wanted to shut me down, they could on their own platform. Technically, yes, they could, shut down my YouTube account. But then, I'm also on Twitter and I'm also on Facebook. I'm also streaming to livepeer.tv. And maybe when decentralized social media, because that's all Web3, that's the whole Web3, then you'll be able to move your centralized streaming onto other decentralized platforms where no one can cancel you, right? How do you stop someone from canceling you? Well, you have to do it with obviously decentralized social media, but then you have to have the decentralized info backend. Hopefully that answers you. But yes, can we use Livepeer to stream at a website like YouTube? Yeah, exactly what I'm. Where do you see Livepeer in 2 years? Where do I see Livepeer in 2 years? I mean, I see Livepeer, like, I'm around for the long run, right? So I run the Titan node Orchestrator. I provide transcoding work and resources. So I have GPUs. We run actually a pool. So if you're interested in earning some LPT and some, have a GPU at your house, or you have access to these kind of resources, you can actually go to titan-node.com and apply to join the Titan node pool, earn money for transcoding. Because that's the thing, we're video mining, right? So we're actually doing services that the world needs and getting rewarded for it. That's the whole purpose. So in 2 years, it's going to be around. So Livepeer's been around since 2017. So it is already gone through a bear market, and it's at all-time high, and it's still around. It's better than ever. It's providing services. Like, revenue is increasing. Like, look at this. Back in April of 2022, $5, and now we're sitting at $25,000 in a week, making money onto. In 2 years, I think Livepeer will be around. Fees will be much higher. People will be earning money. The price, though, I have a price target, and I'll share with you in just a couple minutes. I do have a price target on it. I don't normally share it. I don't even know if I want to share it in this live stream, but I will share it because I think it's just so personal. It's just a personal amount. So, but I will share it. So yeah, in 2 years, I mean, I'm sure when the market pulls back, Livepeer will pull back with the rest of them. I'm certain that'll happen, but I think it'll just stick around for the long. And if another bull run happens in 4 years, Livepeer will be right there, and it'll be $1,000. It's worth picking up. People are afraid they're buying at $34 and it's going down to $29. I wouldn't even worry about that, right? My price target, I'll share it with you right now. It is $200. Got a price target of about $200. Full disclaimer, not investing advice. Please don't come to me and tell me that you lost money. I told you I thought it was going. Is it going to $200 in this little pump right now? I doubt it. But like, I think that's where we're going to end up. We end up at about $200 Livepeer. That's not even 10x from where we are now on a market caps crypto that's at 600. Get it to 4 billion at your 2. That's just my thoughts. Not investment advice. Please don't buy this. I told you it was going to go up. It could go down. Please, to go down. Don't buy it unless like interested in the project and want to do your own research, right? So that's just my idea, and there you go. As far as adoption and price, yeah, I love the random stream. Hey, thanks so much. I love to have you here. I like having people come and watch, and that is from Fiddy Nichols. Fiddy Nichols, thanks for being here. Great to see you. Thank you so much. I'm your fan. Thank you for doing the show. I am Korean. Thank you very much for being here. I love Korea. It's an amazing place. Don't forget to mention the migration to Arbitrum. And love to see the LPT pump. Yes, love to see the LPT. So, okay. So we went through the unbonding schedule. Is that causing the pump? It's definitely helping with the pump. price is definitely caused a lot by this price squeeze of supply, right? I'm going to show another thing here that just shows you a little bit of, now this is personal. It's specific to Titan node. So if you're new to Livepeer, you won't have seen this before, but this is the graph of the actual transcoding work being done on the back end. Now, if you're in Livepeer, if you're another fellow orchestrator, you're going to see this and know exactly what's going on. But this is the dashboard that orchestrators use to see how their node. Titan node, we have nodes in North America and Europe. We are looking for Asia transcoders, so are in the Asia region, ideally closest to Singapore as possible. So India, Hong Kong, anywhere in Southeast Asia. Don't know if I would allow Australia or New Zealand yet, just because it has to go through the ocean. But if you're in the Asia region and you want to earn some LPT and eat transcoding and doing video mining, please go to titan-node.com and see if you can apply, join our pool. But this is the back end. This is the Titan node orchestrator backend. Refresh this just wait. And so as you can see right now, in Canada, I got a couple set. These are just two of the orchestrators that are in the pool that I brought up. So we got Canada and the Netherlands. And what you can see here is this is the amount of sessions that a GPU is doing. These are two machines on different sides of the world. Obviously in North America, it's lining up. There's more streams because it's that type of evening where people are live streaming more, right? Dinner time and you're live streaming. Whereas in the Netherlands, everyone's asleep, like 2 or 3 a.m. So you're not going to be up live streaming that late. There's going to be less work going on. But what I found interesting was this here at, again, my time zone that I'm currently in. This is about 3 hours ago. You see this session count go from 13 right up to about 60, and it spikes and then slowly drops off here a little bit. And so what could that be? That could be a lot of things. One of the things it could be is the adoption of Livepeer. It could be a large app testing out, you know, their new app that might be using Livepeer. Same with the Netherlands, same timing, right around the same time, 6 sessions right up to about 18, and stays maxed out there for a little bit and then drops off again. So we're not quite sure where that work came from, other than there was a large influx of work that came in for just like a split second. And maybe someone out there knows something, that probably some sort of company looking seriously at the back end. So they use it, and then see, we look at the price action on Binance. You can see here that this is the price action work. Craziness. This here at around my time, 8 o'clock, was at $20 when it hits right about here. And the session increases with the orchestrator, with Titan node orchestrator. And you have this price action that follows right behind it. And as you know, a bit of a lag period with people joining Discord and Telegram. Discord and Telegram are just bumping off the hook. So, you know, you can see this going on. Obviously, there's some consolidation here, pulling back on the price. But, like, will it floor out here? Will it continue to go up? You know, it could continue to trend down a little bit, but, like, you know, trending down here on the session rate. But, I mean, that's the thing, though, is these things spike. So, is it malicious? I don't think it's malicious. I just think there's someone out there that knows. So, that's some of the back end stuff that I wanted to show you guys about the price. The price is happening. Now, let's go to what the public news. If you haven't already checked check Twitter, or if you haven't checked these places, let's just hop over there right now while we're live and be able to see what what is being said. So obviously, first place we're going to check is Livepeer, right? And lo and behold, 3 hours ago, which about the time that this started, Livepeer tweets, the official org, rising fees are making it hard for performing orchestrators. It's rapid progress. There's rapid progress happening, committed to breaking through the barriers to success. Follow our path forward. And they link this article to supporting Livepeer with Confluence. Now, what is Confluence? Confluence is the layer 2 upgrade that's coming to life. Now, they named it Confluence, and what it is Livepeer right now is stuck on layer 1. Not stuck on there, it's just always been on there. And it's causing really lots of fees to happen, especially for like people that want to delegate. They're stuck with high fees, stuck with people that are spending $300 to stake dollars in Livepeer. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, right? With the rising and falling of gas fees, outrageous, right? NFT market, everything. People are looking for different chains. Lana, Cardano, Polkadot, all those kind of things. Big arguments over what's going to move on there, right? So I would say that this is huge. 3 hours ago. 3 hours ago, almost as if, see, 3 hours ago is exactly 9:30 my time. Here we are, and right there we're at $22. They tweet, and we hit 35.5. Now, what's great about Livepeer, they're not joking when it comes to this upgrade. This is an upgrade that's actually happening, right? It's layer 2. It's going to fees go way down. It's going to fix a lot of problems. So this is maybe the actual launch announcement of the upgrade that they're live with. That's causing the price action, mixed with the unbonding rates being really low, as we talked about. Not many people are unbonding. You know, we're hitting all-time highs for fees. We hit some news from the Livepeer organization saying there's the big upgrade coming out, right? Lots of things. It's almost like what was the straw that broke the camel's back? Maybe it was a lot of things. So they talked about some other stuff, 4 hours ago and 9 hours ago. They talked retweeting stuff. Seems awful coincident. They tweet the upgrade, and the price is up. So, yeah, I think it's worth making sure. I'm gonna hop into Discord here, look at some questions, and then we're gonna continue on to looking at Twitter and looking at just looking at hashtag Livepeer and stuff to see where the news is. Right? Gaming Club Germany, hey, nice to see you on the live stream. Thanks for coming. Big shout out to Gaming Club Germany. New orchestrator in Livepeer, and just won their first winning ticket. So big payout of ETH paid to that orchestrator with very little stake. A bit lucky, I must say, to get paid out that quickly in the Livepeer network, but that'll keep you hooked. And if you haven't done so, for anyone else who's watching, go delegate to orchestrators. I would go check out Gaming Club Germany, because they are new to the club and are providing resources to the Livepeer network. I love they are winning tickets and providing value. Check them out too. Yeah, and then I'm sure Discord is just blowing off the hook. So here, let's just hop over to Twitter real quick. When we do a search on hashtag Livepeer, let's do hashtag LPT. Okay, hashtag Livepeer, up 63%. You know, people hashtagging Livepeer. They're all just basic price predictions. People with charts. You know, I'm always skeptical of people, especially in the crypto land. Crypto does not follow like traditional stock charts. I think that people try and fake themselves out. It's like the Wild West out here. Okay, so whether you pick a winner or a loser is going to be largely determined by whether you're buying something stupid to begin with, like NFTs of dumb things. Not saying all NFTs are stupid. I'm saying that there's a lot out there that that are not very useful, and a lot of scam projects. So if you do some research, you'll come across a project like Livepeer, where actually doing something, there's an actual, and it's going to be around for a long time. So, you know, what is the reason for this pump? Probably not technical analysis. Maybe it is. I don't know. But you can see here, yeah, a lot of people just talking about the price action of today. No one retweeting anything to do about actual news. If we search LPT in itself, yeah, my target has changed. People want to buy. Yeah. Pumped 63% today. I mean, that's crazy. Things are priced going up. Things are, which is crazy because if you've been in Livepeer long enough, this is just not news to you. This is just cruising along. You're a Livepeer fan. You like the project. See, right now it's hitting some resistance at about 28 bucks, going down a little bit, but I bet you there'll be another pump in short order. This will just be yeah, people were saying that there was Elon Musk tweeting about using Livepeer for its live streaming of SpaceX. I'll tell you that that's not true. Check out SpaceX's Twitter and Elon Musk. He says nothing about Livepeer. So if someone says something about Elon Musk and Livepeer, that's definitely, I think, from my view on things. If you've been in the live stream this long, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit a like, subscribe. I do weekly live streams on Livepeer. Today was a little bit of a grabby topic because Livepeer pumped. I don't normally talk about price, just because I'm more interested in the actual project itself. But hey, when the golden goose comes and they want to talk about price. So, overall conclusion to this video, I think the reason for the pump today was like threefold, right? It's not just one thing, but it's like a combination of, right? It's the fact that very few people are unstaking, so there's a bit of a supply shock. There's Web3, the revenues of Livepeer have been increasing, and there's more awareness for it, right? It's a really small cap, right? It's 600 million at its peak. You gotta realize we've been sitting at like 200 million market cap with Livepeer for the longest time. And when I got in, Livepeer was like a 50 million cap. So like we're a tiny project still compared to some of the whales. We're not even in the top 100 yet, right? So for Livepeer to hit the top 100, I think it's not only possible, but it's probable. Livepeer is definitely going to be in the top 100. So yeah, I think just a combination of things. Them tweeting out their layer 2 upgrade, institutions already having funds that are built around Livepeer, exchanges already having Livepeer on all their exchanges, including, you know, Ants, kind of the biggest one. And then the crazy uptick in work for Orchestrator, right? Like the back end is actually, by the way, you won't see this chart here, or this dashboard unless you actually like are an Orchestrator or subscribe to Titan Node YouTube. You know, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, leave some comments, and yeah, I'm just excited with what's happened today. Go ahead and also, obviously, if you want to delegate to an Orchestrator, you can check out Titan Node and delegate there. That is the conclusion of this live stream. So thanks for watching and have yourself a good day.